Testing 1, 2. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sheboygan A's Baseball. My name is Mike Martin, and I'll be your live stream announcer. Tonight, the A's will play West Dallas. West Dallas will be the home team on the scoreboard in an NEW and Wisconsin State League game. Sheboygan, the visiting team, comes in with a 6-7 record. They are 3-3 in the Wisconsin State League and 2-3 in the Northeastern Wisconsin League. Starting pitchers for this game are Bryce Lovisa for Sheboygan and Wilson Belknap for West Dallas. The starting lineup for West Dallas is Tyrese Mitchell at third base, Kyle Kalkoff in right, Daryl Myers at short, batting third, batting fourth, Rob Coe at first, Alex Elliott at catcher, batting sixth, Griffin Dershing in left field, batting seventh, Nate Aid, the DH. Batting eighth, Xavier Canales at second. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Max Montgomery. For Sheboygan, leading off and playing right field, Ross Christ. Batting second, left field, Mark Warner. Batting third and playing second base, Jacob Neese. Batting fourth and playing third base, Harry Stelt. Batting fifth, the DH, Jimmy Jurgensen. Batting sixth and playing third base is Fletcher Dallas. Batting seventh, T.D. Walker out in center field. Batting eighth, Nathan Ebersol at short. And batting ninth and catching, Shane Ryan. Sheboygan, of course, is coached by Tim Moyer. Umpires for this game are Jason Nate behind the plate and Pat Beekle on the bases. First pitch, we have 76 degrees and clear. It's sunny. A light breeze blowing out to left center field. Count is at 1-1 now. Chris fouls that pitch straight back. Got a couple of announcements to make for you. We'll do those as we progress through the game regarding some makeup dates. Ground ball deep to short. Pickup and throw is off the bag by Myers. Will give Chris a base hit. That brings up the left fielder, number 16, Mark Warner. Chris leads the team with now 13 hits. He's had a good start to his season. Breaking ball is called for a strike. Ross is also leading in runs scored with 10 and has 4 stolen bases. And as I say that, Belknap makes a play over to first, trying to keep him close. Chris on first, taking a conservative lead right now. Warner swings at an outside pitch and misses. The throw by the catcher goes right out to center field. Pass ball on the catcher allows Chris to go to second. So with nobody out, Sheboygan has a runner on second, Warner up. Pitch is outside for ball 3. We tracked this game the other night when we were playing. Emily was keeping track of the West Dallas Nationals and their 18-3 win over Kenosha. That pitch makes it 3 balls and a strike. Chris getting a good secondary lead. Pitch is outside. Boy, my count was way off. Three and two right now. Breaking ball is tapped foul down the third base side. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That brings up Jacob Neese.
Second baseman, number 17, Jacob Neese.
Neese comes in hitting .297 on the season. He has 6 runs batted in. No doubles or triples, but he does have a home run. Breaking pitch comes in low. Ball straight back. The A's had a big 7-run inning, come back from a 4-2 deficit and win by a final score of 9-5 the other night against Kewaskum. Gives them a winning streak of 2 games. Hopefully they can keep that going tonight. Their pitch breaks outside for a walk. That's going to bring up Harry Stelt. Stelt had a 2-run double in that 7-run inning. That gave Sheboygan the lead. He did that with 2 strikes on him. Ross Christ on at second. Nice at first. There's 1 out. We're in the top of the first. West Allis does not have a home field this year. So basically all of their games are on the road. And that is the reason why they are the home team tonight, even though they're playing in Sheboygan. Belknap comes set at the belt. Pitch is on the outside corner for strike 2. Harry didn't like that call. Pitch is outside. Good stop by the catcher, Elliott. Evens the count at 2-2. Sheboygan has a big weekend coming up. And that pitch rides up and in and hits Stelt, and that loads the bases. That's going to bring up left-handed swinging Jimmy Jurgensen. Jurgensen hitting .270 on the season. He's got a double and 5 RBIs. Good chance to tack on to that total. Infield is back. Swinging at that first pitch, fouls it back. No balls, 1 strike. Outfield is pretty much straight away. Left fielder Griffin Dershing is pretty shallow out in left field, considering Jurgensen's power. One ball and 2 strikes. Drive out to center field. Catch is going to be made. And coming in and scoring. Coming in and scoring is Ross Christ, but being thrown out at third is Jacob Neese. And that ends the inning, but Sheboygan does score a run at the end of a half inning in play. Sheboygan 1. West Allis coming to bat.
Our customers are people who work hard for their money. So we do everything we can to make their money work hard for them. At Meijer, we see it as a simple matter of respect. That's why for 80 years now, low prices have been built into the way we do business. Because the most important thing we can earn is the right to shake someone's hand and look them in the eye. Come see for yourself.
Getting ready to start the bottom of the first. Sheboygan did come up with a run. They were able to load the bases, and then Jurgensen hit a medium deep fly ball to center field that scored Christ from third. But then Jacob Neese was thrown out trying to advance to third base. Leading off the bottom of the first for West Allis will be Tyrese Mitchell, their third baseman.
Leading off for West Dallas, third baseman number 19, Tyrese Mitchell.
Lovisa's first pitch is outside for ball one. Ball is tipped down the first baseline. Lovisa threw it away. When you add, what do we got on that, guys? Error. That's what I would have given him. Lovisa had no urgency in that play. Needed to get over there quick. Mitchell is a fast runner. Batting second, the right fielder, Kyle Kalkoff. Then the compound matters for Lovisa. He hit Mitchell in the back. First pitch is ball one. Mitchell not taking a very big lead over there. That pitch is in for a strike. He's trying to distract Lovisa, however, jumping to a lead when the A's pitcher came set. Two balls and one strike. We're in the bottom of the first. Line drive out to right center field is going to drop for a hit. Christ comes in hard, makes the one bounce pickup, but that puts runners on at first and second with nobody out for the Nationals. And that brings up their shortstop, Darryl Myers. Myers made a nice play in the hole on a ground ball by Chris, but he was not able to get the throw on the bag, and Chris earned himself an infield hit. First pitch swinging is fouled off. Kenny Nazy coming over to pick that ball up, coaching first tonight. Mitchell dancing out at second base. Good stop by Ryan. Pitch in the dirt. Makes the call count 1-1. Once the sun gets below the tree line behind the ballpark, it becomes very easy to read the scoreboard. Line drive foul. Even Emily agreed with me on that. One ball and two strikes is the count. There's nobody out. Runners on at first and second. Sheboygan leads 1-0. Strike three on the inside corner. Great pitch by Lovisa. And that brings up Rob Cole, first baseman.
First baseman number 31, Rob Cole.
Sheboygan's infield is back. They're looking for the double play. Fletcher Dallas is at third. Nathan Ebersole at short. Jacob Neese over at second, and Harry Stelt at first. Around the outfield, we have Mark Warner in left, T.D. Walker in center, and Ross Christ in right. Pitch is low, evens the count at 1-1. Sheboygan had a golden opportunity to break the game open in the first, but they could only come up with the one run. Nobody's paying attention to Mitchell, and he steals third. Well, there's runners on first and third. Fly ball out into shallow right field. Christ makes the catch. He's got a good arm, and Mitchell is going to hold at third. They know all about Christ. That's going to bring up the catcher, Alex Elliott.
Catcher, number 23, Alex Elliott.
Christ might lead the team in outfield assists, at least outfield assists at home plate, which is a little bit outside for ball one. Might have been up too. Pitch is inside. 2-0. Bryce Lavisa trying to work out of a first inning jam. He allowed the first two runners to reach, but then he struck out Myers and got Coe to fly out to right. Kalkoff is not looking to go at first. Foul ticked right into Shane Ryan's glove. Evens the count at 2-2. Lavisa one pitch away from working out of a jam. There goes Kalkoff, bouncing ball to Stelt at first, stays down on it, makes the pickup, and steps on the bag to end the half inning at the end of one complete. Sheboygan 1, West Dallas nothing.
Asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Leading off the top of the second inning for Sheboygan will be Fletcher Dallas. I want to give you some information about some rainouts that have been rescheduled. On July 7th, West Dallas was supposed to play here in Sheboygan. It got rained out. That game is rescheduled for July 28th. And then last night's rainout against the Appleton Legends has been rescheduled for Monday, July 20th. Both of those matchups will take place right here at Wildwood Baseball Park. Fletcher Dallas takes the first pitch for a strike. Fletcher comes in hitting an even 200. Line drive foul. Has a couple of home runs and a double. Those all coming in one game. He does have 10 RBIs. The problem with Fletcher is he's got 6 strikeouts and only 15 at bats. Put the bat on the ball a little more often than that. The pitch evens the count at 2-2. Drive to left field, not deep. Catch is made out in left field by Griffin Dershing. Also, fans, don't forget about our A's trivia. That'll be coming up tonight in the 5th inning. We're going to try to get that in a little earlier than we've been doing in past games. That brings up T.D. Walker, playing center field again tonight. Walker hitting 240. Just outside. Belknap, quick worker out there. I like that is right. Emily's got things to do, people to see. She doesn't want to be here till midnight. Pitches a strike, makes the count 3-1. Broken bat, short hop by Mitchell. His throw over to first is in time. We had a couple cracked bats the other night. That brings up Nathan Ebersole, the shortstop. Ebersole got in the game the other night, late, got an at bats, got an RBI single, 2 RBI single actually. It's a 6-3 putout, and that ends the A's half of the second. The score 1-0 Sheboygan.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Back at Wildwood Park, getting ready to start the bottom of the second. Leading off the inning will be the left fielder, Griffin Dershing. Interesting side note on him, at the College World Series last year in the Home Run Derby, he was the champ. He's got great power, and you watch him walk up to the plate, boy, he's got very strong legs and a strong upper body. You're going to have to watch out for him. Lovisa looks in, gets a sign. First pitch is a ball. Their pitch outside. Bryce Lovisa taking great care with Dershing. Want to give him anything too good. Swing and a miss. Strike one. We mentioned a busy weekend coming up for Sheboygan. They will be playing doubleheaders on Saturday and Sunday against the Addison Braves in Wisconsin State League action. This game tonight has dual categories, State League and NEW League. Counts in both leagues. Saturday's doubleheader. First game will start at 5 o'clock. Sunday's doubleheader will start at 1 p.m. Count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch is called strike 3. And he's a good guy to get out of there. A little fooled by that pitch. He thought it was going to be up, but the umpire, Jason Nate, liked it. That brings up Nate Aid, the DH. Visa's first pitch to him is a strike. Have a nice crowd here tonight. Not as big as the game the other night against Kewaskum. Pop up into short right. Neese ranging over, makes the call and the catch. 2 outs. And that brings up Xavier Penales. Penales playing at second base tonight. Little side note on him, after the the Nationals got done taking infield prior to the game, the coach who was hitting the infield tried to hit a pop-up for his catcher, and he couldn't do it. So Xavier came in and said, let me do it, I'll get her done. And he did. First try, pop-up, catcher made the catch, and they were done with infield. Let's hope he doesn't hit out of the batter's box quite so well. 1 ball, 1 strike. There are 2 outs, nobody on. Drive deep to right and foul. Yeah. You got to get to a ball game, fans. The sound effects are awesome. CJ will be spending the night in the press box. His head's so big now he can't get it out the doorway. We're all having a good time up here practicing social distancing. Bouncing ball to Stelt at first. He takes it to the bag, and that's 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down here in the second at the end of 2 complete. Sheboygan 1, West Dallas nothing. Leading off the top of the third for Sheboygan is going to be Shane Ryan. Shane having a tough start to his year at the bat. It's not above the Mendoza line. We'll leave it at that. Bouncing ball to Mitchell at third. Makes a nice play. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Ross Christ. Ross reached on an infield hit and then scored. Belknap having a little trouble in the first inning. After having a little trouble in the first inning, has settled down. Retired 5 A's batters in a row. Infield is deep for West Dallas, and the outfield is straight away. Wind is not blowing anymore. Mentioned at the beginning of the game, there goes a little bit. Gentle breeze flowing out to left center field. That pitch makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Two pitches pounded to short. Nice play by Myers to get Chris 6-3. And that brings up Mark Warner.
Left fielder, number 16, Mark Warner.
Pounds another one to Myers at short. Throw across is in time. And it's another quick 1-2-3 inning for Sheboygan here in the third. At the end of 2.5, Sheboygan 1. West Dallas nothing. Is it really on? Now we're talking about streaks by the pitchers. Bryce Lovisa allowed 2 runners, the first 2 runners for West Dallas at the top of the first, then he retired the next 3. He got West Dallas 3 up, 3 down in the second, so he's working on a string of 6 straight outs. Belknap, after counting that sac fly out in the bottom of the first, he's retired 7 in a row. Now here's a guy that's batting number 9. Oh.
Center fielder, number 15, Max Montgomery.
Center fielder Max Montgomery coming up for his first trip. You want to keep him off the bases. He's a very fast runner. Him and Mitchell back to back can really cause some chaos on the bases. Ball is hit right down the third base side, but foul. Fletcher Dallas barely had a chance to move, and that ball was by him. Another ball hit foul down the left field side. Almost got in the A's bullpen. For Bryce, this is his second appearance of the year. He had a scoreless inning earlier this season. He's making his first start. With that ball, the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that ball rides inside and hits Montgomery. He's going to reach on a hit by pitch. And that brings up first baseman Tyrese Mitchell. Mitchell tapped the ball down the first base side back in the first, and Lavisa was not able to make the play, wound up throwing and hitting Mitchell in the back for an error, allowing him to reach. Squaring around the bunt, but taking that pitch for ball 1. Mitchell playing over at third tonight. Montgomery going, and it's a ball and a stolen base on the pitch. Montgomery had a great lead and jump. Nobody out, man on second now. Count is 2-0 to Tyrese Mitchell. Got to keep an eye on Montgomery. He'll definitely take third. Mitchell did a good job of reading the A's battery, Ryan and Lavisa, and stole third on a throwback to the mound. Ball is fouled straight back. Evens the count at 2-2. On deck is the right fielder, Kyle Kolkoff. Little tapper to short. Mitchell's going to beat this out. Very close. Ebersol made it closer than I thought it was going to be, but it's an infield single. And on the ground ball, Montgomery moves to third.
Right fielder, number 8, Kyle Kolkoff.
Kolkoff hit a blooper to right center field that dropped for a hit. His first trip. Infield is deep for Sheboygan. They're still looking for the double play. They'll allow the run to score if they can get 2 outs. And Mitchell taking off on the first pitch, steals second. Not a good job of keeping him close. First pitch was a ball. Lavisa digging himself a hole, hitting the first batter, allowing an infield hit on the second batter, and those runners have stolen bases on him. We're now at second and third with nobody out. And now it's 3-0 to the batter. Two balls and 1 strike. Breaking pitch hangs up high. Now it's 3-1, and that's, boy, oh boy. You know, we talked about this the other night about the lackadaisical play and just not having their head in the game, it seems like, and we're seeing some more of that tonight. On that little ground ball by Mitchell in the first, Lavisa, was very nonchalant about it. He had no urgency, and he should have. Pitch rides inside for ball 4, and that loads him up with nobody out. Daryl Myers, the shortstop, is up. His first trip, he was called out on strikes. Harry Stelt is over at first, is even with the bag. Fletcher Dallas is even with the bag at third. So they'll come home on a ground ball. The middle infielders will go to second base, try to get a double play there. Stelt. And it's a base hit. Infield hit for Myers. I don't know, is that a hit or a fielder's choice? Giving him a hit. Brings out Tim Moyer. Sheboygan in a big jam here. The West Allis Nationals still have the bases loaded and a run in. It's now 1-1. And their number 4 hitter up, Rob Coe. Coe hit a fly ball out to medium right field. And Tyrese Mitchell did not attempt to score on that fly ball, knowing Ross Christ has a real good arm. So drive out to center field. Walker will make the catch. And Mitchell will score from third on that sac fly. And West Allis now has the lead, 2-1. So with one out, we're still in the bottom of the third. 2 runs in for West Allis. Kalkoff is on at second. Daryl Myers is on at first. And Alex Elliott, the catcher, is up. Ground ball to Neese. He picks and throws to first for the out. But the runners advance. And that's going to bring up Griffin Dorshing. Griffin's a real dangerous hitter. We mentioned about his prodigious power. He was called out on strikes his first time up. Let's see what Bryce does with him. First pitch is in for a strike. Ball is hit to left field. Warner comes in, makes the one-handed catch to end the inning, but not before. West Allis comes up with 2 runs after 3 complete, 2-1 West Allis.
Our customers are people who work hard for their money. So we do everything we can to make their money work hard for them. At Meijer, we see it as a simple matter of respect. That's why for 80 years now, low prices have been built into the way we do business. Because the most important thing we can earn is the right to shake someone's hand and look them in the eye. Come see for yourself.
It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, things.
Are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
please be quiet.
listen, you hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
Leading off the top of the fourth inning for Sheboygan is their second baseman, Jacob Neese. Neese walked back in the first inning. Takes that first pitch from Wilson Belknap for a ball. Pitch is also a ball. It's 2-0. Belknap wanted that one called a strike, but the umpire thought it was low. Hard hit ball to Myers at short. He one hops it. Throws across for the out. That for Daryl Myers is the third ground out in a row to him. That brings up Harry Stelt. Harry reached in the first also. He was hit by a pitch. Fly ball out to center field, but Montgomery ranges over and makes the easy catch. And that brings up Jimmy Jurgensen.
Designated hitter, number 32, Jimmy Jurgensen.
Jurgensen drove in Sheboygan's only run with that sacrifice fly in the first. Belknap's first pitch is swung on and hit foul down the right field side. Line drive, base hit over Myers' head. And Sheboygan finally breaks the string of 9 in a row by Wilson Belknap.
Third baseman, number 21, Fletcher Dallas.
Fletcher Dallas is up next. He does lead the ball club in home runs. He's got 2. Had them both the other day. Breaking ball by Belknap catches the outside corner for strike 1. That was against the Kenosha Kings. Yeah, 16-1 win. Jurgensen on at first. Ball is hit foul. One ball and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. Sheboygan down 2-1. We're in the top of the fourth. A's trivia coming up in the fifth. We want to hang in there for that. Everybody in the press box is sitting on pins and needles. They can't wait to get that question. Nobody came close last game. I was the only one that got it right. Yeah, Zach Greinke. Maybe I should give you the question now. I'll give it to you now. Which A's pitcher holds a career mark for shutouts with 13? Gonna have some time to think that up. Would you like that book I had here? You could look it up. 3-2 is the count. Bouncing ball to third. Nice pitch. Pick up by Mitchell, and he throws across just in time to nab Fletcher Dallas. And at the end of 3.5, West Dallas 2, Sheboygan 1. No, now, you guys out there in internet land look forward to this A's trivia business. If you were to come to a game, they also have A's trivia, and you could win a prize. I mean, with me, you get bragging rights. That's it. By the way, CJ did get the question right. We'll give you the answer in the top of the 5th. Which pitcher holds a career mark with 13 shutouts? All right, leading off the bottom of the 4th is Nate Ade, the DH. Nate popped out to second his first time up. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Bryce Lavisa ran into a little bit of trouble last half inning with control. Walked a batter and hit a batter. And Ade with a solid base hit to left field to lead off the 4th. Xavier Pinales is next. He grounded out to first his first time. Ade taking a pretty good lead over there at first. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Ade goes. And Ade is safe at second. He got a great jump. If he wouldn't have got that great jump, he'd have been out at second. But they're reading something from Bryce Lavisa about when to go, and that's 3 stolen bases, and all the time it's a great jump. Ryan makes him close at second, so I'd have to say most of those stolen bases are off our pitcher. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count to Pinales. Ade now on second base. Time is called. There's something out in left field. Mark Warner throws it into foul territory. Actually into the bullpen area. Pitch in the dirt. Ryan not able to stop it, and Ade goes to third on the wild pitch. So West Allis now with a runner on third and nobody out. Pinellas with a 3-1 count. And Lavisa digging himself a hole again. Ball is fall. I'll tell you who made a nice play was Max Montgomery in the on-deck box. Took that foul ball and one-hopped it. One-handed it, pardon me. Broken bat pop up on the infield. Nice has it. Throws to first. Nice play by Stelt on the other end to catch the ball and get the out. Aid holds on at third base. And that brings up Max Montgomery. Montgomery reached on a hit by pitch and scored last inning. Infield very deep for Sheboygan. Ball is hit foul, makes the count no balls and 2 strikes. Strikeout here could be huge. Sheboygan's already down 2-1. Ball is popped up. Medium deep left field. Warner comes in, makes a catch. Makes a strong throw to the plate, but it's not going to be in time. Aid tags up and scores. Sacrifice fly for Montgomery.
Third baseman, number 19, Mitchell.
That's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Tyrese Mitchell. First pitch is called a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. There's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-1 West Allis. Ball is hit foul. Harry Stelt comes over and runs into the fence, but makes the catch, and he's hurt over there. It's just off your monitor. Looks like he's going to be okay. A great play by Harry. And that ends the West Allis half of the 4th inning. After 4 complete, they lead it, West Allis, 3-1. Leading off the top of the 5th is the center fielder, T.D. Walker, and it's A's trivia time. The question for this game is which A's pitcher holds the career mark with 13 shutouts. I'll give you that answer a little bit later in this half of the inning, since you got the question back in the fourth. Should have been working hard on that. Swung and foul tipped into the mitt of Alex Elliott. Evens the count at 1-1. Well, the way Belknap has been pitching, Sheboygan's got their work cut out, trying to come back from the 3-1 deficit. Pitch hangs inside for a ball, makes it 3-1. Bouncing ball to Myers at short. Picks and throws off the bag. Walker's going to reach on an E6. It's a little surprising because Myers has made a lot of nice plays at short, but not that time. That's going to bring up Nathan Ebersol. Ebersol grounded out to short back in the second. Ebersol is the tying run for Sheboygan. Walker getting a conservative lead. Ebersol bunts it right down the line, and it hit a stone, and it stayed on the line, and it's a fair ball. And the catcher is saying, come on, man. Give Ebersol a bunt hit. And that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Shane Ryan.
Number 27, Shane Ryan.
That's just a bad break for the Nationals, but heck, it's the home field for them. They'll take it. Breaking ball is in for a strike. Surprised Ryan isn't squaring around and bunting. Mitchell is deep at third. Middle infielders are also deep. Pitch is outside. Pitch is just outside. Boy, it looked pretty good from up here. Even some of the other press box guys, CJ and Bill Wagner, thinking that might have been a strike. And Emily's shopping on the internet. I take it back. She isn't. She's paying attention. Some of that stuff just flows right out of my mouth, Emily. I'm sorry. And Emily Bright keeping the scorebook is, she's not shopping on the internet either. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We have runners on at first and second, nobody out. Sheboygan down 2. Oh boy, that pitch did look outside, but umpire calls it strike 3. And that's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Ross Christ. And Steve Elliott, the West Dallas manager, is coming out to have a word with Belknap. No action in the bullpen for West Dallas, so I don't think they're going to make a pitching change. Or are they? There are a couple players coming from the bullpen area that I didn't see. They're not throwing right now, but they were poised to come on the field, the warm-up pitcher anyway. Belknap is going to stay. That brings up Ross Christ. The answer to our trivia question, which A's pitcher holds the career mark with 13 shutouts, it's Mike Casper, one of the all-time greats for Sheboygan A's. Chris lines one down the right field line, a fair ball. That's going to score one. Scoring from second base is T.D. Walker, and Ebersol hustling goes all the way to third. Base hit, RBI for Ross Christ. That's going to bring up Mark Warner. And that's going to do it for Ebersol. Elliott probably wishes he would have made the change one batter sooner, but he didn't. When we come back, we'll have the new Nationals pitcher for you. Now in to pitch for West Dallas is Zach Miller. And he'll face Mark Warner. Sheboygan has runners on first and third. There's only one out. Warner takes that first pitch up high. Sheboygan scored their run so far this inning when T.D. Walker scored on a base hit by Ross Christ. Ball is fouled back. Warner came into tonight's game hitting .289. There's a drive to deep center field. Montgomery racing back. He makes the catch. And Ebersol will score easily. Retreating back to first base is Ross Christ. But Sheboygan has tied it up.
Second baseman, number 17, Jacob Neese.
So CJ, how many times have you seen 4 sac flies in one ball game? That's what we've got here tonight. First pitch to Neese is up high. Christo's running on the last pitch to Warner, but had to retreat on the fly ball. He also leads the team in stolen bases with 4, so he might be going this at bat. 1-1 is the count to Neese. There he goes. Neese takes a strike. Chris steals second. Throw goes out into center field, but he'll not be able to advance. So we got 2 outs. Chris in scoring position now at second base. And Neese up. Neese is 0 for 1. He walked back in the first and grounded to short in the fourth. Sheboygan has a chance to take the lead. Jacob crawls back into the batter's box and gets set. Checks the swing and takes that pitch outside for a ball. Two balls and two strikes. Slow roller to second base. Canales makes a nice play and throws Neese out at first. But at the end of 4.5, it's now 3-3.
Our customers are people who work hard for their money. So we do everything we can to make their money work hard for them. At Meyer, we see it as a simple matter of respect. That's why for 80 years now, low prices have been built into the way we do business. Because the most important thing we can earn is the right to shake someone's hand and look them in the eye. Come see for yourself.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth inning for West Allis is the right fielder, Kyle Kalkoff. Sheboygan tying up the ball game in the top half of this inning. Got the Bellcaps line now is complete. He went 4 1/3 innings. He gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, walked 1, struck out 2. Bryce Levisa's first pitch is up high for a ball. Bouncing ball to Fletcher Dallas, and it skips underneath his glove. That'll be E5. And that brings up the number 3 hitter, the shortstop, Daryl Myers. Myers is 1 for 2 with an RBI. That's error number 2 on Sheboygan tonight. The other night in that Kewaskum game, Sheboygan had 3 errors. Calm night out there. Kalkoff taking a pretty good lead at first. Not going. The pitch gets by Shane Ryan. Looked like a pass ball to me. Pass ball. Yeah. Throw is off the mark a little bit. They might have had a play on Kolkoff had the throw been good, but Kolkoff was paying attention out there at second base. He doesn't want to get picked off. Pitch is fouled off, makes it 2 balls and 1 strike to Daryl Myers, the shortstop. On deck is the first baseman, Rob Cole. Ebersol trying to keep him close to the bag. He's sneaking in behind. And pitch in the dirt. Nice scoop by Ryan. Keep the runner on at second, but that makes the count now 3-1. Lavisa's 3-1 pitch is fouled at home plate. That makes the count 3-2. Sheboygan tied it in the top half of this inning, and now West Dallas is threatening to get the lead right back. Another pitch fouled off. Myers hanging tough. Ball hit down hard. Harry Stelt makes a diving stop behind the bag, gets up and runs over to touch the base to get the batter. Myers, what a play. On the ground out, Kolkoff advances to third. Wow, that was a very nice play.
First baseman, number 31, Rob Cole.
Rob Cole is 0 for 1, but his last at bat provided a run for West Dallas with a sacrifice fly, 1 of 4 in the ball game. Sheboygan has 2 and West Dallas 2. Bouncing ball right to Lavisa. He could not make the play. Ebersol does and throws the batter out, but the runner, Kolkoff, scores on the ground out. Oh, that would have been a nice one to be able to grab, Emily. Would have stopped the run from scoring, at least for the time being. As it is, West Dallas comes up with a run. They now lead it 4-3. That brings up the catcher, Alex Elliott. Elliott hits that first pitch behind the first base dugout. Elliott is 0 for 2. He grounded out the first. Harry Stelt making the play and then grounded to second. Jacob Neese throwing him out back in the third inning. That pitch is also a strike, makes it no balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs, but a run is in. Pitch is low. Bryce Lavisa wanted that one. Didn't get it. Ball is also hit foul. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball is fouled off. Elliott is being very pesky up there. Like we said earlier, Emily's got things to do, people to see. Let's get this Elliott guy out of there. Swing and a miss. And that ends the fifth inning, but not before the Nationals score a run at the end of 5 complete. West Dallas 4, Sheboygan 3. We're back getting ready to start the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be Harry Stelt. Harry's 0 for 1. He reached on a hit by pitch back in the first and then flew out to center field in the 4th inning. He takes that first pitch for a strike. Zach Miller is in to pitch. He came in the last half inning for Wilson Belknap. Belknap actually had a pretty good game going, but ran into a little bit of trouble. Giving up some hits and an error didn't help. He only gave up 1 earned run. Just remember, anything I say regarding scoring is not official. Got to go to the banquet and get the official stats from Denny. And think that usually it's in January. So you snowbirds are going to have to come back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball hangs up high. It's 3-2. Zach Miller a little mad at himself for not pulling that pitch down. Pitch comes right down Main Street, and all Harry can do is foul it off. Pitch is up high for ball 4. Harry draws a leadoff walk, and that's going to bring up Jimmy Jurgensen. Jurgensen 1 for 1. He hit a sac fly that scored the A's first run in the first. Then he singled in the 4th. And Steve Elliott coming out again. See if he makes a pitching change right now. He did have somebody warming up, and yes, he is. Bringing in a new pitcher. We'll be right back with that new pitcher. All right, getting ready to hit against Antonio Valadez. The new Nationals pitcher will be Jimmy Jurgensen. We have Harry Stelt at first. Jurgensen up. Sheboygan trails it by a run. Looking to get the game tied and then take the lead. Valadez in the stretch. Delivers that first pitch. In there for a strike. Stelt not taking a great big lead at first. He's an important runner. We got to get him home. Tie up the ball game. Jurgensen swings and fouls that ball right off the shin guard of Alex Elliott. Jason Nate taking his good-natured time, getting ready to go behind the plate, giving Elliott a chance to recover from the sting of that foul ball. Elliott says, I'm good, let's go. All right, no balls and 2 strikes. Valadez way ahead on the count. Pitches a ball. Sheboygan will be off tomorrow night, and then, like I mentioned earlier, they'll have a 4-game series with the Addison Braves, a doubleheader on Saturday and Sunday. All those games are scheduled to be live streamed. The Saturday doubleheader will start at 5 p.m. Sunday doubleheader will start at 1 p.m. Jurgensen swung and missed. Good pitch by Valadez. That's going to bring up Fletcher Dallas.
Third baseman, number 21, Fletcher Dallas.
Fletcher flew out to left in the second and grounded to third in the fourth. Takes a breaking pitch for strike 1. Fastball just inside. Sheboygan has 4 hits tonight. Looking to get a few more. Breaking ball hangs up high. West Allis also has 4 hits. Broken bat. Valadez grabs it, throws to Pinales at second, who throws back to first for a 1-4-3 double play. And what looked like a promising start to the 6th ends with a double play. At the end of 5.5, West Allis on top, 4-3.
Our customers are people who work hard for their money. So we do everything we can to make their money work hard for them. At Meyer, we see it as a simple matter of respect. That's why for 80 years now, low prices have been built into the way we do business. Because the most important thing we can earn is the right to shake someone's hand and look them in the eye. Come see for yourself.
Now pitching for Sheboygan is number 10, Austin Ryman. This will be Ryman's fourth appearance of the season. He's pitched 4 innings, giving up only 2 hits, has 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Griffin Dorsching is up for West Allis. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Ball is hit high in foul territory. Ryan coming over, makes the easy catch. Boy, he made it look easy. That was a nice play. Dershing out. Ryman is from Clearwater, Florida. He goes to Harper Community College. I think he didn't have his GPS on. He wound up ending up in Sheboygan. We're glad to have him. Brings up Nate Aid. Aid is 1 for 2, scored a run. Well, Nate didn't mean to swing, but he couldn't hold it up either, and wound up going around for strike 1. That makes the count 1-1. You see Pinellas getting the ball laying on the warning track. Good hustle by that young man. Line drive out to left. Warner can't get it. It's going to go all the way to the wall. And Aid will be on second with a stand-up double. He's running all the way around. Warner said it bounced over. It definitely did not go over the fence like a home run would go over the fence. And the umpire has to go out and check. I don't know if it got stuck in the screen in the signs out there. They're going to send Nathan Aid back to second base. Ground rule double for Nathan Aid.
Second baseman, number 26, Xavier Canales.
Xavier Pinellas is up. He's 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs. But there is a runner on second. Nate Aid. Aid is 2 for 3 tonight. Having a nice night for the designated hitter. Pinellas swung at a pitch out of the strike zone. He's mad at himself for doing that. No balls and 2 strikes. There is 1 out. Which is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Which is inside. Austin Ryman in for his first inning of work. Took over for Bryce Lavisa. My goodness. Talking about being all over the place. You know, inside and high, outside and high, outside and high again. Get 1 down the middle. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch goes outside. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Max Montgomery. Montgomery reached on a hit by pitch and scored in the third, and hit a sacrifice fly in the fourth. So we got 8 on second, Canales at first. Pitch is up high. Austin Ryman having trouble finding the strike zone. Way inside. Well, the game's slowing down now. Pitchers aren't throwing strikes, not working quite as quick. Generally speaking, pitchers that have a lot of confidence and can find the strike zone will work a little quicker. Ball is fouled straight back. Two balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Took a little something off that pitch. Got Montgomery to swing and miss, and that brings up Tyrese Mitchell. Mitchell is 1 for 3 with a run scored and a couple of stolen bases. Hyman's first pitch is a ball. Infield is deep at all 4 positions. Outfield is straight away. Mitchell swings and misses, evens the count at 1-1. When we get to the 7th inning, it'll be Walker, Ebersol, and Ryan, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Sheboygan. Two-one pitch by Ryman. Swung on and fouled back. Pitch on the inside corner, called strike 3. Mitchell didn't like it, but looked pretty good from up here. At the end of 6 complete, West Dallas leads it 4-3.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Leading off the top of the 7th for Sheboygan will be T.D. Walker, and now pitching for the Nationals is Bryce Engelhardt. Engelhardt's first pitch is fouled off by Walker. Ball is fair down the right field line. Walker rounding first base hard, but he'll have to hold with a single. Good play out and right by Kolkoff. And a good way to greet that relief pitcher, Engelhardt. Next up for Sheboygan is their shortstop, Nathan Ebersol. Ebersol singled his last time up and scored a run. Pitch is outside. Walker taking a conservative lead. Pitch is high off the glove of Elliott, and that'll allow Walker to go to second. Yeah, pass ball. Got to catch it. Johnny Bench would have caught it. C.J. Skelton would have caught that. 3-0 is the count. And that pitch is inside. And Ebersol is also on now. Steve Elliott coming out again. Could be a short night for Bryce Engelhardt. Getting ready, or the next hitter, I should say, for Sheboygan will be Shane Ryan. And that is going to be it for Engelhardt. He gives up a hit and a walk. And we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the new pitcher for West Allis.
Our customers are people who work hard for their money. So we do everything we can to make their money work hard for them. At Meyer, we see it as a simple matter of respect. That's why for 80 years now, low prices have been built into the way we do business. Because the most important thing we can earn is the right to shake someone's hand and look them in the eye. Come see for yourself.
Now pitching for West Dallas is Josiah Roundtree. And the first batter he'll face is the A's catcher, Shane Ryan. We have Walker on at second, Ebersol on at first. Ryan squares the bunt and takes that first pitch up high for a ball. See if Coach Moyer sticks with the bunt. They were talking as Josiah Roundtree was warming up, so they had this planned out. Second pitch, he was going to bunt at it, but took it for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. This is a big at bat. Want to get those runners advanced if you can. And he pops it straight up. And not able to get the job done. That'll bring up Ross Christ. Christ came through in the fifth inning with an RBI single. He'll be up now. We got a fast runner and Walker out at second. Ebersol also has good speed. He's on at first. First pitch is a strike. First baseman and the second baseman are deep, and the second baseman is pulled over. Pinellas is can almost shake hands with the first baseman. There's a big gap just to the right of second base. Chris could get it through there. Count now is 0-2. Roundtree getting ahead of the hitters. Ross able to foul that one back. On deck is Mark Warner. Great opportunity here for Sheboygan. Pitch is inside. Chris almost offered at it, but was able to hold up on the swing. Makes it 1-2 strikes. Walker taking a conservative lead at second. Oh, he edges off the base. Ball is popped out into left field. Racing over and making a nice running catch is Dershing. And Walker doing a good job of base running, tags up and goes to third. But there are 2 outs. That's going to bring up Warner.
Left fielder, number 16, Mark Warner.
See what Ebersol does over at first base if he's going to run. And it'll be interesting to see if Elliott's going to throw down on that. If that were to take place, we got 2 outs, Warner up. First pitch is a ball. Warner's last at bat, he tied up the ball game with a sacrifice fly. That won't help now. We got to have a base hit. Bouncing ball up the middle. Pinellas backhands it, flips the second, and that's the end of the inning for Sheboygan. At the end of 6.5, West Dallas 4, Sheboygan 3. Getting ready to start the bottom of the 7th. Austin Ryman still on the mound for Sheboygan, and he'll be facing Kyle Kalkoff, the right fielder. Kalkoff did a good job last half inning to hold Walker to a single. Walker hit a line drive down the right field line, and Kalkoff got over there quickly and fired it back in. Kalkoff so far tonight is a 1 for 2, and he scored a run. Ryman having some trouble last half inning with his controls, starts Kalkoff off with a strike. It's getting late. Sheboygan has the 8th and the 9th inning to try and get a couple of runs and take the lead. They were able to do it against Kewaskum the other night, scoring 7 runs in the 8th inning. Fly ball out to short center field. Walker racing in and makes the play. And that'll bring up Daryl Myers, the shortstop. Myers 1 for 3 with an RBI. Made numerous good plays at shortstop. Did have an error, but we'll cut him a break because of all the nice plays he made. Ball is fouled off. Bill Wagner, CJ Skelton, and a host of interns up here. They are not practicing social distancing, but that's okay. Line drive out to right center field, drops in for a base hit. And that brings up the number 3 hitter, Daryl Myers. Myers, check that. Rob Cole. Myers just singled. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game. That brings up Rob Cole. Cole is 0 for 2. He does have 2 RBIs, one of them coming on a sacrifice fly. Alex Elliott is on deck, Nationals catcher. Ball hit off the end of the bat. Neese makes the play at second, but Ebersol not able to catch it. Somewhere there's an error. I'm not sure who it's going to be on. Pinch hitter coming up. Number 11 is Logan Rezash. Rezash. So Elliott was injured, I think. That last half inning. Austin Ryman's first pitch is a strike. Pitch is a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. There's 1 out. Runners on first and second. Makes it 2-1. Ball is hit foul. Harry Stout coming over, but ball is out of play. Evens the count at 2-2. In the top of the eighth, Sheboygan will send up their 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Nice, Stout, and Jurgensen. Had a great opportunity in the last half inning with the 7, 8, and 9 hitters when 7 and 8 got on, but then the rally fizzled. So the next 3 hitters all made out. Rezash hanging in there. Breaking ball just a bit outside. Nationals manager Steve Elliott has been pretty liberal, getting a number of different pitchers in the game and now a pinch hitter. And that pitch hits Rezash in the back, and that loads the bases.
Left fielder, number 00, Griffin Dorshing.
Dorshing up. Checking here. It's a second batter hit by a pitch, Sheboygan. Dorshing is 0 for 3. Takes a pitch inside. All infielders are deep. They know the power that this young man has. Hits that ball straight up. Ryan trying to locate it, and he can't. It's easy for me to sit up here and say, well, he should have had that. I mean, it's just a pop-up behind home plate. They're not that easy, but it's still a play at this level the catchers should be making. Evens the count at 1-1, and it gives Dorshing another opportunity, which is not a good thing. He drills one to deep left center field and out of here. A grand slam home run. And West Dallas has broken it open. Wow. That ball got out of here in a hurry. That makes the score 8-3, and that'll be it for Ryman. Josh Gates is going to come in for Sheboygan.
Asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Josh Gates on the mound now for Sheboygan, taking over for Austin Ryman. And the first batter he'll face is Nate Aid. Nate having a good night tonight. He's 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored. So Gates will have his work cut out, but he starts him off with a strike right down the middle. That grand slam home run by Griffin Dershing broke the game wide open. It was 4-3 West Dallas. It's now 8-3, and that ball got out of here in a hurry. Fletcher Dallas makes the play at third and gets the batter Aid by a half step, and that's 2 outs now in the 7th, and it brings up Xavier Penales.
Second baseman, number 26, Javier Canales.
Penales is 0 for 2 with a walk. Not that there's ever a good loss, but this one would be a little more crucial because it gives Sheboygan a loss in both leagues, even though the Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League is not keeping standings this year. In the State League, Sheboygan was 3-3 coming in, and 2-3 in the NEW. Also, a loss here tonight would break Sheboygan's 2-game winning streak. But the game's not over yet. Ball's fouled off. For Gates, this is his 4th appearance. He's got 4 innings in, given up a couple of hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. No record, no wins or losses. Pitches up high, makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. That evens the count at 2-2. I mentioned earlier that going into the 8th, Sheboygan would have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters up. But down 5 runs, certainly different than down only 1. Sheboygan has not been able to string many hits together. They do have 5 on the night. And Penales goes down swinging to finally end the inning, but not before West Dallas comes up with 4 runs. And at the end of 7 complete, West Dallas leads it 8-3.
Our customers are people who work hard for their money. So we do everything we can to make their money work hard for them. At Meyer, we see it as a simple matter of respect. That's why for 80 years now, low prices have been built into the way we do business. Because the most important thing we can earn is the right to shake someone's hand and look them in the eye. Come see for yourself.
Leading off the top of the 8th for Sheboygan is Jacob Neese. Josiah Roundtree still on the mound for West Dallas. He came in the 7th after the first 2 batters reached against Englehart, and he retired the next 3 batters. Roundtree did a good job in that half of the inning. Neese takes a breaking pitch in for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Just a bit low. Roundtree was not happy. He catches a throwback from his catcher with his bare hand. CJ said he did that earlier too. I didn't catch it that time. Well, if it's from the third baseman, it doesn't count. 2-2. Neese with a hard swing, and he comes up empty for strike 3. Roundtree with a bit of a string now, retiring 4 straight batters that he's faced. That'll bring up Harry Stelt. Harry's had an interesting night. He was hit in the first, flew out to center in the 4th, and then walked in the 6th and was erased on a ground out. 1-4-3 double play. Tipped off the pitcher's glove, went right to the second baseman, and able to turn a double play. West Dallas has had 2 double plays tonight. One, the back end of a sac fly to the center fielder who threw out Neese at third. And then the ground ball double play I just mentioned. Half swing grounder. Mitchell cuts in front but wasn't able to make the pick. It'll be an infield hit for Harry. Error. We going E5, not a base hit. That brings up Jimmy Jurgensen.
Designated hitter number 32, Jimmy Jurgensen.
Jurgensen is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Takes that first pitch for a ball, and that runner reaching, Harry breaks Roundtree's string of outs recorded in a row at 4. A good fastball by Roundtree, and Jurgensen comes up empty on the swing. You know, we get no respect up here, Emily. There's doggone bugs out there just crawling right in front of my eyes on the screen. Oh. Jimmy Jurgensen with a healthy cut, but again, he misses. Even Abby doesn't like it. The bugs. Now we get a reflection. Yeah, well. Whatever CJ wants, CJ gets. Very quiet in the ballpark. That Grand Slam home run by Griffin Dorsching really took the steam out of the crowd. Jurgensen hanging in there. to get a pitch he likes and drive it. Ball's in the dirt. Stelt stays at first. Logan Rezash now catching. He came up last half inning and pinch hit for him and stayed in the ball game. Breaking ball is strike 3 right there. It's a nice pitch. Yeah, pinch hitter coming up for Sheboygan. It's going to be Tyler Brandenburg.
Number 46, Tyler Brandenburg.
Brandenburg swings and misses at that first Roundtree pitch. Brandenburg is hitting .250 on the season, 3 for 12. Takes that pitch outside. Brandenburg has a double and a home run. Wow. I don't know if the pitcher and the catcher were, if the catcher was crossed up, but he didn't even get a glove on that. Here he goes to second. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. There are 2 outs. We're in the 8th inning. That was a funny play. I don't know why Roundtree just didn't tag Brandenburg, but he didn't. Makes the play, toss to his first baseman, and that ends the top of the 8th with Sheboygan not scoring at the end of 7.5. Nationals lead at 8-3.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Some defensive changes for Sheboygan. Jake Follish came in for a pinch hitter Brandenburg and is going to second base. And Jacob Neese is moving from second base over to third base. Josh Gates is still in to pitch, and he'll be facing Max Montgomery to lead off the bottom of the eighth. Montgomery foul ticks it. Montgomery is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and scored, and he's got a sacrifice fly. We mentioned that. Gates' pitch is up high. Strike two. Too Cool getting their equipment packed away and rolled out of the ballpark. They're done playing for the night. Hard ground ball to third. Neese backhands it. Throws a P across the diamond for the out. Nice play by Jacob. That brings up Tyrese Mitchell.
Third baseman, number 19, Tyrese Mitchell.
Gates working out of the stretch, even with no one on base. Still a beautiful night. 73 degrees out yet. Fly ball out to right. Chris ranging over to make the catch. And there's 2 outs in the eighth. And that's going to bring up Kyle Kalkoff, the right fielder.
Right fielder, number 8, Kyle Yelkoff.
I mentioned earlier Sheboygan will have tomorrow off, and then they'll play the Addison Braves in a couple of doubleheaders over the weekend, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. The Saturday doubleheader will start at 5, and the Sunday doubleheader will start at 1. 1-1 is the count. Pretty quiet in the stands, extremely quiet up here in the press box. Abby, that's a good thing. Abby said she didn't know any jokes. Yeah, but that was mine. Mine's working. For once all night. Line drive out to left. Warner comes in and makes the catch, and that's the end of the bottom of the eighth. After 8 complete, West Dallas on top, 8-3. Andreas takes the first pitch for a strike. Jacoby Andreas is pinch hitting for Walker. Also now pitching is number 39 for West Dallas, Scotty Starovich. Little left-hander. He's got an 0-2 count on Andreas. Her ball is outside. One ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Swung at a high hard one. Couldn't catch up to it. That brings up Nathan Ebersol.
Shortstop number 2, Nathan Ebersol.
It was the grand slam home run in the 7th inning that broke open a 4-3 ball game, made it 8-3. Griffin Dershing hit that grand slam. We mentioned he's a home run hitter. First pitch to Ebersol is a strike. Ball is fouled straight back. Looks like Doug Cole is on deck. He'll be pinch hitting for Shane Ryan. One ball and 2 strikes to Ebersol. Just a little bit outside. The 6th pitcher for West Dallas. There's actually a path from the West Dallas dugout to the mound. That was made by Steve Elliott to get the grounds crew out here tomorrow. Fix that. And a walk. Doug Cole pinch hitting for Sheboygan. Doug Cole from Green Bay, played at UW Stevens Point. Swings at the first pitch, hits it to Mitchell. He fires to second for one. Pinellas over to first in time for a double play, and that ends the ball game. All right, line score for tonight's ball game. Sheboygan 3 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors. West Dallas 8 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher among the 6 that were used was Antonio Valadez. The losing pitcher was Sheboygan's starter, Bryce Lavisa. No save awarded in this ball game. And we mentioned a couple times throughout the broadcasts, our next live stream will be on Saturday at 5 o'clock, a doubleheader against the Addison Braves. With that, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.